Hey guys, how's it going? Today, we're talking gear. Every year, content creators, videographers, photographers, everyone buys gear or receives gear. Some of the things they use all the time, some of those things get put on a shelf and used once or twice. In this video, I wanted to share some of my favorite gear that I've received or that I've bought myself and that I've used over 2025, and I'll be transferring over into my workflow in 2026. What I wanted to go over in this review is stuff like lights, cameras, backpacks, fog machines, everything that has helped me improve how I do my work and helped me with my everyday workflow. Let's start off with my camera. The Sony FX3 has been my go-to video camera for the past few years, and I don't expect that to change anytime soon. With 4K 120 recording, 422 10-bit color, anything that you can ask for from a camera with the reliability and the size factor that you can't really compete with. There is a few new cameras that came out this year that, yes, some of the specs are a lot better, but for me, the FX3 is still one of the best cameras that you can buy, even in 2026. With a full frame sensor, S-Log3 with 10-bit color, 15 stops of dynamic range, active stabilization, with the smallest form factor that you can build out for a cine rig, or you can also keep small so you can put it on a gimbal. By far, one of my favorite cameras. I'm using it right now actually to record this video. With this camera, I've shot weddings, commercials, content for social media, content for YouTube. It's been my workhorse for any video content that I've made in the past few years. When you think about it, there's no reason to upgrade this camera, or if you're looking to get a great video camera in 2026, I would 1000% recommend this camera for anyone starting off, or even seasoned professionals that need a new video camera. You can't compete with the FX3. I'll be using it for the foreseeable future. The next piece of gear on this list is my camera monitor. I just received the G7 Pro from OSEE, one of my favorite monitors that I've ever used. It is a 7-inch monitor, absolutely amazing monitor. Has one of the brightest screens I've seen on a monitor. I believe it's around 3000 nits. So when you're shooting outdoors, you have no issue. You see everything on your screen. No worries at all. It helps me with everyday shooting, with content shooting, with commercials, anything I need to do. This is my go-to monitor from now on. You have waveforms, zebras, false color, LUTs, anything you would need from a monitor. You have touchscreen control. It is one of my favorite monitors that I've tried out, and I've tried out a few. It has clean color reproduction. Anything you see on the monitor is basically what it's gonna look like on your computer. When I'm shooting on my FX3, sometimes the little monitor is very small, and this is a great piece of gear that has helped me see better. It removes all the guesswork of trying to see if it's in focus on the screen on my camera. I can just look at the monitor. You have peaking, you have everything that you ever want in a monitor. In 2026, I'm going to be using this monitor 100% for most of my shooting needs whenever I need a monitor. The next piece of gear that I wanted to share with you guys is these Ulanzi tube lights. I have two of these. One is a 12 watt, one is a 20 watt light. Some of my favorite pieces of lighting gear. I'll show you why. So all you have to do, take this little part right here, unclip it. This is the light right here. And it unfolds. And it's one of the greatest pieces of gear because you can store this in your backpack, put it in your pocket if you really wanted to, because it is so tiny. And all you have to do to blow it up is just open up this piece. And you are good to go. And you just press the on button here. 3, 2, 1, and bam. Now you got a whole fill light if you really wanted to. I could put it here. And the best part is, let's turn this off because it's blinding me. There is magnets right here. So you can clip them here and here. And then there's this little hook right there. And you can literally put it anywhere. You can put it on a C-stand if it's a metal C-stand. You can put it on a wall if you have a screw. You can just hang it up. You can put it on a shelf. You can put it anywhere basically, and it works. This is great for sets where you need that little extra piece of lighting, but you don't want to set up a huge light. You just need a little rim light or a hair light. Or even if you get it close enough, you can use it as a fill light on one of the sides of your subject. One of the greatest pieces of gear that I have found, and it stays in my backpack, stays in my kit, and I use it all the time. So big shout out to Ulanzi for making these because they are Absolutely amazing. The next piece of gear that is super important to my kit is this. Bam. The Crane 4. This is one of my favorite gimbals that I have ever used. Shout out to Zhiyun for sending this out to me to test out. This has been in my kit for the past few months, and it is an absolute game changer. The payload on this thing is absolutely insane. I believe it's around 13 pounds, which means you can put full out cine rigs on this and you're perfectly fine. You have this cool little fill light right on the front of the lens that you can change temperature and luminance with. It goes from 27 to 5500 Kelvin. And all you have to do is press one little button, it turns on and off. It has these cool sensors with lights on them on the front here, on the side, on every axis. So when you do end up stabilizing your camera on this, it tells you if all the axes are properly stabilized and properly set up. This has been one of my favorite pieces of gear that I've gotten this year, and this will be 100% going into 2026 with me for weddings, for movement shots, for taking videos of my desk setup. This is a real game changer for anyone. Big shout out to this company. I love this Crane 4. I'd recommend it over any other gimbal, to be honest. No other gimbal compares with the payload. Amazing. Absolutely amazing, amazing piece of gear. The next piece of gear is probably one of the most important pieces of gear that any content creator could have, and that is their backpack. I've been using PGY Tech backpacks for the past few years, and recently they just sent me out their OneGo 2 backpack, one of the most insane backpacks. It is a 25-liter camera backpack. It has quick access to the side compartments, a quick locking top handle. Back of it is absolutely perfectly designed to keep you comfortable and air out your back so you're not sweating every time you put on your backpack. It has modular dividers, so you don't have to worry about which gear you can put in there because you can customize your backpack to whatever way you want. It's small enough to fit in airplanes under the seat, but it's big enough to hold a lot of gear. It's comfortable to wear for long days, and it fits enough of my gear so I can go on full wedding days without taking my 35-liter backpack and trugging that along all day. That one is also a PGY Tech backpack, and I love it. I've been using that for like the last 2 years. It is amazing. This one just helps because it is a little smaller, so I don't have to carry that much weight on my back for the whole day. Anyways, PGY Tech, thank you for sending that out to me. And I'll be using these backpacks for the foreseeable future because of the quality, the comfortability. I can't say it. Comfortability. And I will be using these backpacks for the foreseeable future because of their design. Absolutely amazing colors, quality of the materials, the way that it has modular dividers, the way it has a top opening, side opening. You can customize this bag to whatever way that works for your workflow and makes it easy for you on your sets, so you don't have to worry about finding your gear in your backpack. Once again, thank you PGY Tech for sending that out. I'll leave a link to that in the bio too. Now I wanted to talk a little about my desk setup. Few of the pieces of gear that I've been using in my desk setup. One of the best ones I've received is the Anker docking station. This has been an absolute game changer for anyone that has a lot of cables coming out of their desk setup with SD cards, SSDs, external monitors, everything that you could possibly try to connect, you can connect it through this docking station. It has multiple HDMI, USB-C, USB-A ports. It has an SD and micro SD card reader. It has been a game changer for making my desk look a lot better. My desk setup looks super clean. All the cables are connected through one box, and I only need to connect one cable to my computer, which also powers my computer. So I don't have to worry about connecting a power cable as well. If you want cable management and you want peace of mind of plugging everything into one station instead of plugging it in everywhere. Another piece of gear that has been a great improvement in my desk setup is my monitor. This thing right here, the Kuycon G32P. This thing is an absolute tank of a monitor. It is a 6K 32-inch monitor. What can I say? I think it's one of the best monitors I've ever tried. Is the closest that you can get to a Mac Studio Pro monitor without paying absurd amount for a Mac monitor. It has 99% sRGB and 10-bit color. Brightness is more than good enough for any bedroom, studio, Anywhere you need to work, this monitor works absolutely amazing. I did a review on this monitor. I'll link it here so you guys can watch the full review on that. I'm not going to go into too much detail on that, but it is a beast of a monitor. It has replaced my MacBook Pro screen as my primary monitor for editing needs, for watching YouTube videos, for watching movies, anything I need to watch or edit. Perfect on this monitor because it is a 6K high resolution monitor, and I would 100% recommend this as a monitor to anyone that wants that same quality of a MacBook, but at the same time doesn't want to spend $10,000 on a Mac display. So check out Kuycon and their G32P as well as the rest of their monitors because they have some amazing gear. Check out their monitors that I would 100% recommend. The next and probably the most important pieces of gear that I use here in the studio as well as on shoots is my lights. There's two of them. I'll go over one and the other separately. First one is from Zhiyun, is the Molus 500B. Amazing 500 watt tiny light that produces amazing light. It is a bicolor light, so you can adjust that, as well as a 500 watt light, which is insane because it doesn't have a power brick connected to it. It's just one cable connects right into the light. The light is basically the same size as my hand. You can bring it anywhere. You can even fit it in a backpack if you really wanted to. It comes everywhere with me. It's actually the light that is being used in this video right now. I use this light all the time. It is so compact. It is so small. I put a softbox on it and put it on a stand and we are good to go. If you want compact, high quality light, super bright, this is the light that I would recommend for you. I have all the links for those in the bio as well. Thank you, Zhiyun, for sending that out as well. It has been my main light for the past few months as well. Even at 20% where it's at right now, it is still more than bright enough to light this scene. So imagine at 100%, you can light absolutely anything you ever wanted. There's literally nothing better that you can have. The next light is the GVM SD700B AIO. This light, absolutely insane. It is a 700 watt light. It is not as compact as the Zhiyun light, but it is 700 watts, so 200 watts more than the 500. It also has just one cable. It is a thicker cable, but it only has one cable. There's no power brick. So it also saves on size with that and weight. It is built very well with straight metal construction, so it is very sturdy. It is made to be used on big sets. It is a game changer in the studio. I can shine that light through the window and make it look like it's daylight here at night. It is so strong. It is also bicolored, so I can change the color temperature of the light. Amazing. I would recommend that as well for bigger setups, bigger productions. It is a game changer for that, especially with it not having any outer power bricks, just one cable connecting it to a plug and you're good to go. And a regular plug is perfectly fine. It won't blow out a fuse using 700 watts of light. So 100% would recommend the 700 watt GVM light. Link is in the bio as well. One of my favorite pieces of gear, and probably the smallest piece of gear that I've gotten, is this right here. This is the Colbor CF5. This is a fog machine. It is portable, battery powered. It is super strong. If you need a quick atmospheric haze in your videos, or you're just trying to do something cool with it like this, it is absolutely amazing. One button, good to go. You have a remote that comes with it as well. You have a little extension for the top piece here that has a little light on it as well. If you need a little fill light with the fog coming out, it has been a go-to for any of my needs when I need a little haze in the background or I need to add a little smoke for product shots or anything like that. This just stays in my backpack. The battery lasts super long. I have had no issues with this. This is one of my favorite pieces of gear as well. You can check that out in my link in my bio as well. Shout out for Colbor for sending this out. Can't wait to use this on more shoots this year. It has made my work a lot easier than waiting for those big fog machines to heat up, wait for them to heat up for 15 minutes. Once you spray one of those, you got fog for the rest of the day in here. With this, it's more controlled. You can control your fog. You don't have to worry about that. It is absolutely amazing. I would recommend this 100%. That is the last piece of gear that I wanted to talk about today. I do have a few more smaller and bigger pieces of gear that I will talk about through the year. I'll be making a lot more of these videos and going into specifics about each of those products as well. If you guys have any questions or any videos that you want me to make about any of these products, please let me know in the comments. And I hope you guys all have a great year this year in 2026, and I'll see you in the next video.